Evening, boys and girls. Welcome to today. And that's Dan, another
Hello.
person. You've seen him before. He's been on my channel before. But he's involved in the car YouTube venture.
Yay.
And he is my tame mechanic.
Tamed? I wouldn't say tamed.
No, you do still swear quite a large amount. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing for you.
I do try not to swear, but when you're working in a garage, you can't exactly help it, can you?
No, exactly. But no, I seem to be doing a lot of interviews with people involved in the channel in this garage. So I thought, sod it, I'm going to turn it into a thing.
Why not?
Yeah, might as well. And that way I
Can't
can
hurt.
introduce Matt to the channel. I can probably get Gary to get round here and introduce him that way. And well, Jamie's already known because of the Aston, and now he's got the Audi. So
Yeah, it's alright for someone to have a nice car like that.
yeah, but he's been investing for 10 years. So you know, there's that
I
kind
would
of
say
point
I've
to
been
it.
investing, but
No, you haven't. You've been investing in car parts, and that never gives you a return.
no.
Never gives you a return. All it does is return broken car parts.
Like my BM.
Yeah, well, you did buy that crashed. So
Crashed and there was a little bit of a engine problem.
yeah, it still makes a fun noise, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's no real way of getting around that, is there?
Yeah, true.
I mean, it makes a better noise than my Terrican and my Jag combined, and that's saying something.
Well, yeah, when I actually got it back to the workshop, I actually put it up on a RAM, had a look, and I was like, there is something slightly missing. It's the catalytic converter.
Oh, right, yeah, that's gone. Yeah.
And whoever done the work on it, not good at welding.
No.
Because where they took the cat out, put a nice little pipe in place, it's blown like anything there. It literally looks like pigeon poo.
Oh, right, yeah, it's chicken
that,
crap.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bad. And there's a blow on the back box. So I've had to cover up the hole at the front, find the hole in the back.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a new back box.
Yeah,
At some point, I'll probably get a whole new system from the company, get it all fabricated up.
Yeah, which BMW have you got?
The BMW E46 pre-facelift 318CI 2 litre
Okay, fair enough.
convertible. Got
Yeah,
another
because you're a
convertible.
tart.
I'm not a tart. It's just
You've turned up in an Astra convertible. You've got
It's
a
not
BMW convertible.
The
Your
Astra
missus
is not
has got a
mine.
BMW convertible.
Yeah, but that one's a hardtop convertible, so you can't really tell unless you know your BMs.
Well, yeah,
Because it's
but,
the E93.
yeah, I suppose. But that's the thing. E numbers
But
confuse
the
me.
only downside is mine is better looking than hers.
Yeah, it's the older one.
It is the older one. It's a better one. I don't like the pre-face. The facelift.
Post-face, yeah.
I don't like the facelift. I like the pre-facelift. It's a lot better. It's more stuff to go on for it.
Yeah, I
And
suppose.
it's also got the BBS style rims.
Because that style was actually around for quite a few years, wasn't it? So that's why it's so many things can go on it.
Yes.
But a lot of car manufacturers seem to be doing that now. They facelift the car and then 2 years later they facelift it again. And it's like, well, hold on a minute.
Yeah, I actually worked out because I was looking for the parts for the front ends, like the indicator that sits in.
Yeah, because that's all gone.
On the facelift, the indicator's separate. No, not separate, together. So it's in
Okay.
with the headlights.
Right, yeah.
On the pre-facelift, there's two versions, which they call a pre-facelift and a facelift,
Okay.
which is confusing because there's different parts. One slots in and locks in, but you get a flat screwdriver, pop it, and it pull out. The version I've got is the facelift version.
Yeah,
In that era part is where it slots onto a little, well, say a screw, and you screw it down, then it's in place.
Okay, fair enough. It's all fun.
It is quite hard when you're looking on eBay because
Yeah.
it's that and it's that. It's no, because mine's not a facelift, mine's a pre-facelift. But then you look, there's different.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. But the headlights, easy enough to get hold of.
Yeah. I know how frustrating cars can be since yesterday. My oil
Yes.
leak. I already knew about the oil leak. I just didn't realise it was as bad. I think, obviously, the rocker gaskets on those, where you get a gasket, but if you forget to seal where it kind of arches over the cams, it doesn't seal right with the gasket on its own. You need the little rubber sealant,
Yes.
ATV or RTV or
Yeah,
whatever
it's the
it's called.
same setup as the BMW.
Yeah, and I
rockers.
don't think they did it with that when they changed it. And
Possibly not.
I
They should
think
come. If you get the kit online or even from the genuine shop,
there is some
I mean,
rubber.
it's hard to get Jaguar parts now. But
Well, not really, not for those.
no, I mean like a genuine part
Oh yeah.
from the manufacturer. Cause
Well, there's Just Jags. I get loads of parts from Just Jags, but they bought up. I don't know whether Just Jags is an actual company bespoke for Jaguars, or whether it's a company that's been raised or created by a lot of Jaguar enthusiasts, but they tend to buy up a huge amount of OEM spec parts for Jags when they're coming to the end of their service life. And so they
Could
have
be.
all new old stock.
Yeah, pretty much like they've gone down the same route as when they stopped making the Morgans.
Well, they still make Morgans, but...
Yeah, but there's a different company that make the Morgan because
yeah.
they got the blueprints for it all.
Oh, you're talking Jensen.
That's it, Jensen.
Jensen, not Morgan.
Morgan.
Jensen.
Same thing.
Not really.
It's old.
One's got an oak tree in it, the other one hasn't.
I'll soon put an oak tree in it.
Yeah. Were you drunk? Of course I was bloody drunk. That's dangerous.
Yeah, come on. I don't drink. Honest.
No, Simon doesn't drink. I've tried, but he doesn't drink.
I drink on special occasions.
Yeah? I don't think any of us
Especially compared to
really
what I used to be like. I've calmed down a lot.
Well, yeah, when I was back
Since
in my
I have a
college days,
licence, I've
Well,
stopped
yeah.
drinking in it. So.
Since I've become a truck driver, I tend to take my drinking habit slightly less seriously compared to everything else, I suppose.
Yeah, same here actually.
But no, it's odd really, because a lot of us, Gary don't really drink. Matt's RAF, so I dare say he can put it away, because he's been RAF police, he's RAF dog handler. I don't know what he does at the moment. He's done various roles, but he's trying to leave because he's recently bought a house just down the way. It's a 4-bed, but it's not. It's a 3-bed semi-detached house, but to make it a 4-bed, the people before them, to make more money, so as they could actually sell it and move on, converted the garage downstairs as a master bedroom. So you basically, he's got his 4 kids. I don't know why I did that. 4 kids. All of a sudden, Homer Simpson 4. Yeah, he's got his 4. He's got his 4 kids, and they're at night upstairs is just theirs. And they're all varying ages.
Oh, I remember you telling me this before. And him and his other half have got the master bedroom downstairs, so it's
it's the
away
garage,
from the kids, and it's
but they didn't do it. It's just downstairs. So it's like all the kids have the run of the upstairs at night. And you sit there and you think, well, you're in the garage, which is kind of distended away from the house. Because, well, you know how garages are with houses. I mean, it's a built-in one, but it's like a fifth of it is built in.
Yeah.
And
it's like my
there's
parents'
a downstairs water closet thing with a macinator, which is broken, so they can't use it.
Nice.
But yeah, so you've got the downstairs water closet, and then, of course, you've got the garage, which is now their bedroom, the master bedroom. And then upstairs, it's just the kids at night. So that...
I'd hate to clean that house.
Yeah, I know. I really wouldn't. It's a really nice house. I'll give them their due. They've landed straight on their feet with that one. For a first home, it's amazing. But he's trying to leave the RAF now, so he's trying to get some qualifications under his belt whilst he's still in the RAF.
Yeah.
Because they'll actually... He's put his papers in and he's got a year to leave. He can revoke the papers whenever he feels like, if he can't find a job, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's based in Kings Lynn at the moment, so that's a fair old trek from here. But he goes up there, he stays on site in the block for a week, and then he comes back, and that's what he does. But he's fed up with it, you know. He just wants to settle down, have a decent job, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, basically have a normal, happy family.
Yeah, well, because of his rank and things like that, he's applied for serious managerial positions at Stansted Airport and things like that, because he's got experience in leadership, but he's got RAF, you know. He's got obviously security stuff, but he's applying for like 50-60 grand a year jobs, so he's doing well for himself. Yeah, so do I sometimes. But we all make choices. Yeah, I do earn a little bit more than you, which is odd.
It's not really odd. It's the industry I'm in. There's some companies out there that'll pay so much for a master tech. Like a main dealer.
Yeah.
Main dealers are trying to get people in.
So they'll pay more.
Yeah, so they will pay more. But with mine, it's just hit and miss.
Yeah. I mean, you earn enough to get by, but
just
hopefully we'll get stuff going with this car channel, and you won't have to worry anymore.
Yeah. All our troubles will be away.
Yeah, 5-6 years down the line, we're still sitting in his garage.
Yeah.
I've still got that bloody Terrican.
You remember them days?
Yeah, they're still here. Yeah. But no, that's why you're around today, isn't it? We've been filming some stuff with the Terrican, the injector seals. Yeah. He's pretty much almost guaranteed to be in the injector seal, isn't it?
It's the only place I can see it's coming from.
Yeah.
In the fuel rail and the fuel pump is on the opposite side. So
About £4.50 each, or £7 if you go from main dealer for them.
yeah,
Which always amazes me. It's like main dealer, £4, £7 something, and
plus VAT.
yeah, and if you go online, it's like £4.99 off eBay. And it's like, well, where are they getting them from?
Probably because it's mass produced.
Yeah, they're just getting all...
And they just bring it in because it's got their stamp on the bag.
Yeah, that's true. They charge more for the stamp. Main dealers always do that, and it really bugs me. It's like, well, obviously you definitely know it, and I can't give too much away because you'll get into trouble with your company. But it's like a few years ago when I made that massive mistake with the person I tried to get into business with.
Yes.
Yeah, who used to work with you, and you warned me about that, and I didn't listen
I
because I'm an
in
idiot.
advance,
Because I'm an idiot.
Listen.
I know. But anyway, it was one of the cars we were working on when the business was actually looking like it was going to be go somewhere.
Yeah.
Until he started letting all his mates come in and run their cars through a business that wasn't making any money yet.
And not paying off the bills.
It was the lower wishbone, I think it was, on an X5. We got it for, I think it was 60 quid, or just under 60 quid.
That's a good
And
price.
the recommended retail price was about 270 quid. And you sit there and you think, well, that's what the main dealers will sell the part for, the recommended retail price. But reality is you can get it for under 100 quid.
It's probably cheaper due to the fact that obviously from a main dealer, it's the actual manufacturer's part, it's the OEM.
Yeah.
From somewhere else, it'll be a pattern part.
Pattern part, yeah.
So you can't always guarantee it's the right part.
But they'll still have the recommended retail price for it.
Yeah, it's like one of my friends, he bought a wishbone for his Fiesta. Put it on, it was cheap. I think it was what 25 quid off eBay. Within about a month, he needed to get a new one, so he went straight to the main dealer, got it on. It's all running up,
sometimes that is the best way. I mean, certain wearing parts on a car, I will only ever go to main dealer for, because if they break when you're driving at 60 or 70 mile an hour, you need a new car.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
if you ain't got the money for a car, you're pretty screwed.
Yeah, exactly. So just get the part. It's preventative maintenance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like with that. I won't put rad welding.
Exactly the same as me. Whenever I get a new car, and it's obviously when it's on the road.
Yeah, most of your cars
it gets a full service straight away, no matter what. Service, checks brakes, make sure everything's fine. Even if I don't know what the brakes like, and they said, "Oh, it had brakes, say a couple of months ago," I'll change the brakes.
Yeah.
Due to the fact it's not just me that goes in the car, it's my little ones as well.
Yeah.
So it's all of safety now. I've always done it. Every single car I've had.
Yeah.
I've always done it.
That's what you do. It's like, what do I tend to do when I get a car? I come to the garage and I get 4 brand new Pirellis every single time.
Yeah, Bill, they've got 5 mil. Don't care.
Yeah. They're not. They're different brands. They're all names. I mean, what was it? The Jag when I turned up with your manager guy. I can't remember his name now. Scott, that's the one. He had never heard of that brand of tyre that was on the Jag.
Yeah, I've
Neither had you.
I never heard it. From all the years I've been working on cars, I've never heard of that brand of tyre.
I know.
I really haven't. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and it was. You just kind of looked at me, didn't you? And you said, "Do you want Pirellis? Do you?" I was like, yep.
Pirellis or Hancocks?
Yeah, and I was researching what speed ratings are, and you always sell me the Ys, which have a speed rating of over 186 miles an hour. Why do you only ever sell me the Y ratings? Are you trying to tell me something?
No. Because they're a better brand.
Well, they're a better rating. They're a better rating. Yeah, they're a better rating. I think every single set of tyres I buy from you, it's always the Y rating. I don't think I've ever had any other rating. I've been to you and I've said there've been a W.
On your Hyundai, they're H.
Are they H's?
I believe they're H because they come out of factory standard on H's.
Oh, fair enough.
Because of the size you've got.
The Hyundai, the i30 is the only one that doesn't run Pirelli.
Yeah,
I mean,
Hancocks.
the Terrican's got Scorpions on it. The Jag's got P7s on it. I mean, my Mazda, I ripped those Toyos off after they ripped me into a roundabout. That was annoying. I'd done less than 7,000 miles in that car. Wallop, they all just let go at the same time. I was like, what the? Bong! Dan, I've got a problem.
This is why I go for the higher speed rating.
Yeah, I've bent my car.
Slightly bent it a little bit.
Hey, I still remember when I had that, I think it was a Terrican went in for a little couple of bits at Hyundai, and I got the courtesy car, and I came round to the garage and there was a couple of new guys there that hadn't seen me before, just after those two younger lads started working there, I think it was, or one of them.
You're on about Jay.
Probably. I don't know everyone's names down there. It's really bad of me, but I don't care. And I came in and I was like, I've got another car. And as we're walking out, you're trying to you're describing me to them and everything, and you're like, oh, it's probably some V8 bloody. Walk around the corner. What the f*** is that? Because it was a Picanto, wasn't it? No, it was an i10. That was the one.
Yeah, it was an i10.
It was the red i10 that I did a little review of on my channel. Yeah, no, it was quite funny. Just the way you walk around the corner, you were midway through saying V8, and then you just saw the i10. Look on your face. Because they all thought you were just bullcrapping them about me.
Yeah, but no, I know what you're like.
Yeah, I do tend to. I have, over the years I've known you, I've tended to turn up in some cars you've looked at and gone, why? Or, that's not bad. Yeah. Sometimes I've turned up and you've been amazed with what I've found, and other times you've just looked at me and gone,
yeah, it's like the Jag when you turned up. I bought another car. Oh, God.
Yeah, Jag. Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
You don't have a lot of success with Jags. Why do you keep buying them?
Yeah.
That silver one was successful. It was the person I gave it to that wrote it off.
I thought he put it back on the road.
No, well, he did, but then he wrote it off. He didn't stop in time, but the car in front did. So he just stoved it in completely. No, because obviously I put your two-poster lift through the front of that Jag.
Yes. Now you're not allowed to use them.
Yeah, that was funny.
Not allowed to use our ramps.
Both seals at the same time.
Actually, no, you can use one ramp. You can actually use the Hunter.
Yeah, the one that's just off underneath.
Because it's a massive scissor lift, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Unless you go on it wonk.
Actually, I could go wrong with that because I could lower the car and then come round and go, I'll just go on the ramp, rip the bumper off. Because that's some vicious angle on that lift.
Yeah, we did want it put in the ground, but they didn't want to pay the money.
Yeah, so now if you get...
It is designed to go into the ground.
Yeah, well, obviously, but it's more severe than my ramps in here. But it's proper severe.
Yeah,
I look at it and I'm thinking, what happens if you get somebody with a lower car or just a naturally low car and they want their tracking done? Or whatever.
I put the Astra on and I put the BM on and it scrapes right in the middle.
I know.
Bearing in mind both cars are lowered.
Yeah. But then you lower them and put big wheels on them, which is...
Yeah, but then my mate with the 2J Sora, that is not ever going on that ramp.
No.
Because he heard that we were getting a Hunter, and he said, well, then you can do all my alignment. I said, yeah, of course we can.
Yeah.
And then we found out that he came around and went, no, I can't. Nope.
No, not a chance in hell is it going on there.
No.
Which is really odd.
I mean, the other day we had a R8 in. We had to use blocks of wood just to get it up there.
Yeah.
Even then it broke the bricks of wood in half.
Yeah. It's just so odd. If you're running a company and you've got something in... I mean, it costs a lot when you have your alignment done on that machine. Of course, if you do the 150 quid thing, you get X amount for 2 years.
2 years,
free.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, for free.
So within 2 years you come back and get it realigned for free.
Yeah, stop advertising. You're not sponsoring my channel. Shut up. All right. I've already got advertising. I don't need more.
It's worth a try, isn't it?
Yeah, it's worth a try. But it's like, if you're going to do that, it's going to make you money. So if you keep it above the ground because, I don't want to spend a couple of quid putting it in the ground, you're going to lose all that custom. And that person who's got that lower car, well, at some point they're going to have another car, but they won't come back to you. Because when they went there with their lower car, sorry mate, can't do anything. It's just so stupid. It's dumb management.
I know, we have spoken about it and they said, well, then that side of the workshop is going to be out of action for however long it will take to put it in. We said, we don't care.
Yeah, it's
put it in the ground, it'll make life easier for everyone.
Yeah.
And then we just drive straight on, it'll be happy as Larry. But no, you got to drive it up, and when you go up, you can't see nothing.
Yeah, I know.
You really can't see nothing.
I know, you made me do it.
You've got to watch me on, please.
Yeah, you made me do that, didn't you?
Yes.
Like hill climbing a Land Rover. It's like, okay, there's Scott.
It is.
There's the roof.
Yeah, it's horrible. I hate it.
It is.
You can't even put a mirror there to see how far away you are because of the Hunter beam.
It's like that Terrican. You have to put it in four-wheel drive just to get it up there, don't you?
I haven't tried it yet.
No, I know. Since I blew it up.
Has it actually been on that ramp?
No.
No, because the old four-poster, didn't it?
Because the i30's been on there. That's had the 2-year care thing done because Bert's driving it now, and yeah. Yes. The Jag, obviously, I did that just because, well, it's either like 90 quid for one sitting or 150 quid and I can go back for 2 years.
True.
And I was really peed off when I saw rad water leaking out of that yesterday. And then when I came down, obviously,
the Jag.
the Jag. When I came down yesterday and we put it on the ramp, and you're like, oh well, yeah, that's going to be the rocker seal for the oil. But I kind of already knew that. And to be fair, it's the inlet manifold off, and then you put a new gasket in. It's not the end of the bloody world. It's not that difficult. And then
No, on them, the inlet manifold's in the middle.
yeah, it's over the top of the engine, so you have to take the.
It's only the cover you have to come off.
Yeah. Well, the inlet.
It's only slightly comes down.
Well, it's not the hardest job in the world. That's what I'm trying to say.
If it was the back head, yes.
Yeah. But it's not the hardest job in the world, whatever. So I wasn't concerned about that. I can put oil in the car easy enough. That's really, really simple. I think even I can get that right.
Are you sure?
As I put water in it, it's like, no, bollocks.
So you're not going to try and put the oil in the dipstick hole?
No. I've seen that video. That's quite funny. The guy just cannot get it together, can he? He's just completely lost it over his missus trying to. I've been pouring it for ages. It's going everywhere, and he's just absolutely wetting himself.
Wrong hole, love.
Yeah. Finally, a man can say that to a woman.
Yeah. Oh.
But no, I was really annoyed about that. And then when what's his face came waddling through, and he went, Jesus Christ, because the crank pulley for the serpentine belt is wobbling because obviously it's just old. It's rusty as hell. I mean, that thing is just knackered. It needs changing.
Still, you got to be careful if it is. It could be the pulley that's a little bit dodgy, where I know they've worked on it before and wrenched it a bit and bent it.
Yeah.
Or it could be the crank, but we don't know until it comes to it. Or it could be a worn seal out that's making it bob up and down.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I'm going to go with a seal because there's a bit of wet around there. I noticed today as well, and it's old. It's 16 years old. And judging by the state of it, I think that's the original one from the factory because it's browner than the underside of that Terrican.
Yeah, it would be. They won't change anything unless it does go, but...
No, but at the end of the day...
16 years is done very well.
Yeah. And to be fair, it still goes. It's a bit underpowered, but it's a 16-year-old car. I'm the 7th owner. There's going to be something else wrong with it, but...
Underpowered? You have not driven my BM. That's well underpowered.
Well, I haven't driven the Terrican now that we've taken the intercooler off, so that's going to be really underpowered.
Yeah, have a little bit of lag.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it kept popping every time I was revving it, didn't it? That was quite funny. But no, I was just so annoyed with it. I was like, for God's sake. But then when you think about it, the rad leak is a 16-year-old car. There's going to be a plastic component part somewhere that's cracked.
Oh, it's like that when it comes out of factory.
Yeah, it's Jag. But it's not going to be anything major because we took the stone guard down and took the foam off at the bottom, and that was sodden. That was absolutely soaking, but everything was bone dry. Oh, I've never seen that. But literally everything under there was absolutely bone dry. It was just, well, where's it coming from?
I know, it wouldn't have dried up like that quick with you driving from here to my work.
No, I mean, well, it wasn't outside.
Because if it was doing it under pressure, then that'd be wet as you like.
Yeah, I know. But the foam was soaking, but everything else was dry. It was so confusing. So,
unless it is the overfill pipe from the header tank.
Yeah. Again, it's nothing major. I mean, changing seals on an old car, every old car leaks. I don't think you're ever going to find an old car that doesn't leak.
I haven't come across one yet.
Exactly.
But I will let you know.
Although, when I buy an old car, after about the first month or two of owning it, usually they're not leaking anymore because I just go through them, don't I?
Yes.
But I was just so annoyed. When I actually left, I tweeted. When I left the garage yesterday, I tweeted saying, right, this has gone, that's gone, and now the bleat and crank pulley's wobbling, so its car's going back, bollocks to it. I just tweeted that. And then, of course, when you came round, I was under the bonnet of the Jag, and I'm like, well, it's not that bloody bad.
I suppose it looks different in different angles.
Yeah, it looks... I think it's just I was annoyed we couldn't find the radiator leak. The oil leak is slightly more significant than I like it to be, but not terminal.
No.
And it was just when...
You're not losing oil.
No, the oil level hasn't actually gone down, which is odd because it's fresh oil that's under it. But then again, a small amount of oil when it's heated up looks like a huge amount of oil under a car. So
yeah, because it's thinned up.
Yeah, exactly. So again, there's the dirty oil on the side of the engine anyway. Whatever. But it was when what's his face came out, and he was like, "Jesus Christ!" looking at the pulley, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, well, every pulley there has been changed except that.
He does overreact on things.
Yeah, I know. But it was just that reaction. I looked at it and I went, "Oh, that's it," because this is going to sound really, really dumb because you know how many Jags I've had. I know that's a change of an engine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a change of an engine. The pulley that is wobbling has a belt on it. It's the serpentine belt for the auxiliary, like the power steering and that stuff.
Yeah.
And after he said that, and there was a little twittering about, oh, well, that could be the crank style thing, my brain automatically went, oh, no, thinking it was the drive belt. How dumb do I have to be?
What drive belt?
You know, the timing belt, sorry, not the drive belt, the timing belt, you know what I mean. How dumb do I have to be to suddenly think that? Because it was only when I got home, and I'd done the tweet already and everything like that, and I got home. I was already in the doghouse with Bert because it was mine and hers days off together. It was our only day off together, and I buggered off down the garage because I saw water coming out the bottom of the car. So she was pissed off. So I've got home.
That's all good.
I'm pissed off because of the car, and I've like I said, I've tweeted and everything like that. I've got back, and I was sitting in the car, and I'm thinking, it's chain driven, you twat. It's only going to be the pulley that's old and failing. Because I had that with the silver one. I had to have that changed on the silver one. That was doing pretty much exactly. Well, actually, no, the silver one was doing that. That was making a squeak. That was making a proper squeak. And that was the seal. There was oil pissing out of that one, which could make the oil look worse underneath that car if I got the rocker. Because you saw it was a rocker, and if the seal on the pulley's gone as well, you add those two together, it's going to be a lot worse than...
Yeah, especially when you've got a transverse engine.
Yes. But I don't have... Now, because obviously we're focused on the Terrican, and the Jag is my daily and the Jag is my daily driver, one of them's got to go to a garage. And there's the old tin shed, as I refer to it, just down the road from here. Because it is literally just a tin shed. He's been there for years. I mean, everyone knows him. And he's two of them. It's him and I don't know whether it's his brother or something like that. But they've been running it for decades. And he's always got a huge amount of work in. So I stopped in there. He's fully booked until next Thursday. But he's going to identify it and give us a price. No, not really. I mean, it's good enough to do the distance I'm doing. I'm not going to blow the car up, let's be honest. Well, I could do. I blew the Terrican up.
You haven't blown the Terrican up, it's just a flipping
blown a seal. Yeah, well.
That's nothing bad, it's nothing major, at least the engine still turns over and drives.
Yes, I haven't actually put anything through the engine yet.
No.
Why am I saying that? Touch wood. Touching real wood.
Yes, real wood helps.
But no, he's... so I'm going to take it down there. He's going to identify everything, because I've seen him working on a lot of X-types.
Yeah.
So he's going to identify everything, give me what it'll cost. I might try and save some money by buying the parts in myself. But seeing as the Terrican's in pieces and you only had Thursdays off with me, and I'm on a rolling rotor, so now it's going to be the end of August by the time we get back on it. I don't really want to do anything fuel related that close to the injector myself, because if I dry one of those injectors, I'm in a world of hurt.
The only thing you got to be careful on them injectors is the return pipe.
Yeah, because if you snap the return pipe, as I found out with Wayne, he snapped it. He snapped a return pipe, and he was, don't worry, we'll get the engine running. And you started it up, and it went up to about 9,000 RPM and just stayed there.
Well, it's not that as well. You got it pissing everywhere.
Yeah.
And I've seen people try and bodge it by super gluing them back on.
Ooh, that don't work.
On a petrol engine.
Yeah, that don't work. Yeah.
Seriously, why don't you just do a proper job and just, if like on a Vauxhall Corsa 1.4 turbo diesel, they have the injector return pipe so you can actually unclip and clip it off. I've got spares sitting in.
Okay.
But they look like a little T-junction that you get on the washer jets.
Yeah.
Like when your pipe will want to back up.
Yeah.
That's all they pretty much are. Just got like a little circlip that goes straight through and it locks in place.
Oh, fair enough.
But on your one, it's different. It's got a little nozzle coming out where the hose pushes over it.
Yeah,
and
yeah. You snap that nozzle, yeah.
Snap that nozzle, you need a new injector.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not confident about doing that on my own, because I don't really have the tools to do it. And if I try and use one of my tools to do it, it's guaranteed to snap something.
No.
You love my toolbox because nothing's in the right order.
No.
You were like, well, it's not a bloody 12, and you're doing that. And,
It's a
that's
half.
an 11. Why is that in the 12 slot?
Then I picked up from in half. It's small size. So,
Yeah, I don't tend to. I've never really cared.
oh, I have.
Because I always look at I always look at the side of the bit that I use to see what size it is. I never look at the plastic.
Yeah, see, if you look at my toolbox, I've got everything all in the right order. Everything's in the right size. And if people don't put it back right, I have a moan. I said, who was last in my toolbox?
Yeah.
Oh, I was. Put it back properly.
Yeah.
So then if you don't put it back properly, when I'm off, that box is being locked up and you're not using my tools.
Yeah.
So I don't spend out a fortune for people to mess my tools around like my hose pliers.
Yeah.
Still can't find them.
Yeah, like I
A
said.
whole load of my screwdrivers gone missing.
Yeah, like I said when we were working on the Astra, it's a case of it's because somebody's nicked them.
Yeah.
Somebody's half-inched them.
Yeah.
Which is.
To us, they weren't that expensive. It's just obviously.
They're yours.
Yes.
It's your tool. If it goes missing, it's hold on a minute.
Yeah. Where's it gone?
Yeah, I know.
But
well, such is life, I suppose. But no, I'll probably get the old tin shed guys to sort the Jag out, and then at least that's dealt with whilst we focus on the Terrican. I can't have two cars off the road at the same time, especially if one of them is my daily driver. So
that's right.
buy another one. No. I like buying cars.
I wasn't going to say that.
I like buying cars, but even I have my limit. Even I'm like, no. Because I got the email through today saying they've asked the landlady if she'd like to renew the rental contract with us, and I'm just waiting. So I don't have a clue whether I'm going to be able to renew this in September. I might have to move, and then I lose my garage, because finding somewhere that allows pets and has a garage
pretty hard
for a budget that we can afford that won't prevent us from putting money to one side to eventually buy is almost impossible.
Is this day and age.
So, because I found one place, it was £1,400 a month. I was like, oh,
ouch.
I don't mind a bit, but 880 is pushing it. I know the landlady, if she renews, this is going up.
See,
this is going to be at least 950.
Like my rent. You would like my rent.
Yeah, because that's is it council? Or is it housing association?
It's housing association.
Yeah.
But they like to see it as council.
Yeah. Housing association and all that kind of stuff is all classed as council by the average Joe. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But no, it is somewhat slightly annoying, but there we go. Such is life.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really base your entire life on the odd failure.
No, you can't.
No, otherwise you'll just sit there going, I'm not moving. And then you'll fail at that because of deep vein thrombosis and it'll kill you. So you fail at everything, really.
Yeah, you can't do that. Definitely not.
I know. There is one solution, but that's unacceptable.
Not on TV.
Yeah. But, so, we've identified what the problem is. It's an injector seal, so I'm not worried about that. Can get those cheap enough. Like you said, probably change all the hosing under there and then tighten all the bolts that were loose from whoever last worked on that thing.
Yeah,
which is annoying. Although, to be fair, the amount that engine vibrates, they could have vibrated loose.
Yeah, but then you would have thought, wouldn't the others do that?
Yeah, that's true. Loctite, I suppose.
I've got some.
Because remember, that Terrican will, once everything is up and running, and I've got a storage area for the cars, that Terrican's full strip down. I want to fully strip that car down and...
Yeah, but Loctite ain't actually...
No, it's not. It's not impossible.
Prevent it from undoing.
Yeah.
It's not hard to undo it, providing you've got a good screwdriver.
This is me.
Providing you have a good screwdriver.
I might have one.
Providing I have a good
screwdriver. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in my toolbox I'll find one.
Yeah. But no, we'll get there. We'll sort it. We'll figure it. But at least things are balanced now. But I was actually feeling physically sick when I got home yesterday. I hate that feeling.
Pretty much the same as how I felt when everyone was going, it could be this, could be that, could be this, and then someone else comes out, could have skipped a tooth. I was thinking, please didn't say it skipped a tooth on one of the cams. And I was thinking, well, hang on a minute, no, because I got variable valve timing.
Yeah.
That would have thrown up a light on one of the sensors. Yeah. But also, when it's idling, you would definitely know if it's missing. It only bogs down when you pull off. From, I think, up into about 2,500 revs. Yeah. That's all it does. It just bogs down a little bit and it picks up and then you can sort of go.
That's odd. Yeah, no, the Jag's got variable valve timing.
Yeah, I should hope so.
Yeah, well, it's got to be different to the Ford engine somehow. Entirely different head. Cams. There's a lot of difference between that engine and the one you get in Ford. I mean, the block's the same.
Actually, looks like the same engine that was in my dad's Rover.
Shut up. You know, last night...
They do look alike.
Actually, I like Rover. I always have done.
It was the Rover 75, though.
Yeah. But last night I was sitting there and I was looking on Auto Trader going, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but I need to get to work. You know, I've had quite a bad year so far. I need to get to work.
And we're back onto the subject of owning another car.
Yes, and I was actually last night. I was actually looking. I was going. Well, the gold Jag's gone. That's scrap now. That's dead. That happened. That happened yesterday. What day is this? Thursday. Yeah, that happened yesterday. So yeah, because it happened in the morning, and then Bert was really pissed off with him. Simon started pointing at leaks in the Jag's engine bay, in my Jag's engine bay. And Bert was like, don't do that. You'll bugger off down the garage. It's our only day off together. And guess what I did? Buggered off down the garage. And Bert was really annoyed. And Simon was like, well, why don't you go with him? Because I ain't spending the day down the bloody garage. So, yeah, she ended up watching movies. Steady movies until I got back.
You weren't gone for that long, though.
No, I was only gone for about 3 hours. But again, it's 3 hours where we could have been doing stuff. You know, just being a couple.
Yeah, true.
And because obviously now I'm on a rolling rotor. I mean, next week we've got 2 days off together. The week after we've got 1 day, and then we don't have a day together until I go back to a Wednesday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Tuesday, because it's a rolling rotor. So, so that's going to upset her. But at the end of the day, it's been a quiet year, and I need to be able to get to work. And I was looking, and I saw a Rover 45, I think it was. And it was 700 quid, and it had 50,000 miles on it.
And I was like, owned by an old person.
Oh yeah, it said 2 elderly lady owners, but you know what sales companies are like. It was only about it was down in Epping, and I was genuinely sitting there thinking, I'll just go buy that.
No,
I'll just go buy that.
No. If it's got the K series engine, no. Steer way clear.
1.4, I think it was.
Yeah, still, if it's the K series engine, steer
well, yeah, blows head gaskets every day.
Yeah, my one did on my Rover.
Yeah.
So I had a Rover 2 and 4, and I crashed it, rebuilt it.
That could have had something to do with it.
Blew up 2 gearboxes. No, blew up 1 gearbox, blew up 2 clutches.
Okay.
And
do you think the engine was failing because of how you were driving it? Having crashed it, blown up clutches and gearboxes?
No, that's the thing. I didn't even thrash that car.
Okay.
Because I knew what the engine was like.
No, fair enough.
So I didn't want to push that one. I mean, come on, if I used to do the Southend run, I didn't really want to be stuck in Southend, did I?
Yeah, that's true.
And at that point, I didn't have AA recovery, and none of my other mates had a tow bar in the car.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So yeah, you want to be careful.
Especially when Rob was the only other one that had a licence, but he had a bike. That would be fun watching a bike tow a car. But no, got it all sorted out, got it on the road, and then probably about a month later, I saw a little bit of bubbling coming from the head gasket. I went,
done.
Time to get rid of.
Yeah,
so I traded it in.
Yeah.
For an Alfa Romeo 147.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Not too bad a trade-in, I suppose.
It was alright.
Any electrical fires?
No, well, actually, no, it wasn't no fires. No, it kept blowing headlight bulbs.
Okay.
Constantly blowing. I was like, for Pete's sake. So I thought, sod it, go for aftermarket headlight bulbs.
And didn't blow them.
No, they actually lasted a heck of a lot longer.
Yeah. But no, like I said, like I was saying, when you turned up, I was under the bonnet of the Jag, and I was like, well, the water level had gone back to full. Because it was just above minimum when I was at the garage yesterday, and I was like, oh, for God's sake, and everything was soaked.
I laughed so much if you were in bed and Bert went out with a bottle.
Yeah.
Just to trip you up.
She actually wanted to get rid of me that day, but didn't want to make out. You know,
Yeah.
She wanted me to be in the doghouse. You know, get the passion back in the relationship. But no, because I opened it and I thought I'll just check the level, because obviously it's gone back. Why is that full? Yeah, because it was back to where it was when I first got the car. And I had a look underneath the car, and nothing on the floor underneath the car. I was like, so I started it up, and then it went back to just below minimum, and then it went back again. And I was like, what the bloody hell? Because when you turned up, it was back at just below the kind of full level. But when I first started up, it sunk down again.
Did you see if there was any circulation coming through? Like flowing water back into the head of the tank?
It looked like it, because it went down and it went back up again, so it looked like it. I didn't actually...
That could be just a backflow.
Yeah.
Of trapped air.
Yeah, that's...
I've seen, if there is, like when you keep it idling or even when you rev it and you see a circulation coming back, then you know your water pump's fine.
Yeah.
If
the water pump on that's new, but the water pump's been put on in a real arse of a way of doing it. Because you know the water pump kits on those things? They come with it's not on, but you get a gasket with it. You get a gasket with it, right? Well, the gasket's there, but they've also used gasket sealant around it, and it's squidged out all over the place.
That's a stupid thing to use.
I know. So you've got the gasket on there, and you've got gasket sealant, and I'm really annoyed about that.
If that was me, I would take that water pump straight off, clean the hell out of it, put a new gasket on,
and put it back in. Yeah.
How it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking about doing, but with everything else that's going on, I was like, well, I thought the oil leak I'll live with, sod it, and I'll just keep using it for work, get the Terrican back on the road, then the Jag can come off and we can do some work on that. But now that I've obviously Terrican's in pieces and the Jag's got more than... I don't really want to keep running it with a knackered pulley, because if that does shear off, if that does fail, the steering's gone, the alternator's gone, I think that's the air conditioning pump as well. It's just not the water pump.
It's only the aircon, you don't need that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you do. The aircon's the most important thing. Steering, don't worry about steering in the bend, that's fine. I'll just carry on going around the bend.
Yeah, get used to old school cars.
Yeah,
non-power steering, like my old Escort.
Yeah, road might not carry on going, but you know, the car's going to carry on going around the bend.
Yeah, you'll be fine, don't worry. Just brace yourself.
Splot. Yeah, the airbag doesn't work and then it goes off 2 seconds later. It's like, yep, that's about right. But now, like I said, I'll go down to the old tin shed, give him a go at it, see what he comes back with. I mean, if he comes back and says, "Hoo, I've heard things you don't want to fix on that car, mate," then it goes back to where I bought it from.
Yes.
But if it is just a pulley, a gasket, and a piece of plastic, effectively at the top, or a pipe at the top of the radiator, then fuck it, I'll just pay for it.
I think that's where the thumbs housing is.
It's like everyone's saying, "Oh well, you got a warranty with it because you bought it from a dealership style thing." Yeah, I got a 3-month engine and gearbox warranty. That is true. But the thing is, if I go back with an oil leak and a water leak, they're going to use the cheapest possible fix, which is going to be rad weld or oil stop leak,
which in turn mucks your engine up.
Yeah, and it can clog up the channels. It can lead to a catastrophic failure later down the road after the warranty's failed.
As all warranties happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a warranty.
Exactly. So I only ever really rely on those if the gearbox had blown up and the car wouldn't move. Yeah. You know? Because then it's like, hold on a minute, mate, come get your car back, give me my money. And if the engine, bungs of hell through the top of itself, then...
Being an auto got gearbox as well.
Yeah, there is a minor... You have to wait about a second after putting it into reverse, because if you try and go straight back, there's a bit of a conk, but that's the only...
That's normally normal. Same on all other cars. It's the
time it takes it to get into reverse.
I forget what it's called now.
Don't look at me. Me and transmissions. I've always admitted
there is something on the gearbox. I can't remember. It's not a transfer box because obviously the transfer box is different, which is what you have on a Turrican.
Yeah. Yeah, that's leaking as well. I'm good with cars with leaks.
Really?
I was actually joking with Bert when I was taking her to work in the I-30. I said, Christ, this thing's done 75,000 miles. It's only 2,000 miles off of the Jag. It's perfect. And Bert was like, don't say that. And I went, why? She's like, oh yeah, okay. I better not jinx myself on this one.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah. Then I've got 3 blown up cars. I went from a driveway with 1 blown up car on it to multiple blown up cars on it to now 2 blown up cars on it. Although to be fair, the Jag isn't blown up, it's just leaky.
It's just being a Jag.
Yeah. And to be fair, as long as he gets me to and from work.
Glorified Mondeo.
Now, you know what I'm going to say to you on that one.
It is
19%. That's it. That's all it shares with the Mondeo.
It's still a Mondeo. In my eyes, it's still a Mondeo.
Yeah, but the platform's heavily altered for the Jag. It's different dimensions. So you couldn't actually put a Mondeo shell on it. It wouldn't fit.
No, you can put Mondeo brakes on.
Well, yeah, I don't mind that. That's cheap. The parts of a Mondeo you can put on that Jag are cheap because they're Ford.
Yeah, true. But do they last long?
No, because they're Ford. Because they're Ford. Oh. After that phone call, looks like you're going to be in the doghouse if you don't leave. So I think we'll end it there.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think we'll end it there. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. See you in the next one, whenever that's going to be. See you later, guys.